Hi friends, Jessica here. Today on another episode of Avon Calling with Jessica and Georgiana, we have Karen Sterner with us today.
Hi, good morning. Happy Saturday.
So we wanted to talk with Karen today a little bit about her Avon business and have her share her story. Make sure you check out Georgiana's channel because we have already done a few questions with Karen, and now we are diving in a little bit deeper. So Karen, thank you so much for being on here and sharing about your Avon story. I first wanted to start out by sharing how we met because I love this. So we were in Nashville at RepFest, our annual conference, and we were waiting to go into the big general session, and I was standing there with my husband, and we were just standing there talking to the reps around us, and Karen, I don't know if you tapped me on my shoulder, but you said, I watched your YouTube channel. And I'm like, oh, thank you. That's so fun, so wonderful. And so, we start talking and then come to find out that we actually live really close to each other. And that was so fun and amazing. So a couple months later, we got to reconnect at one of our local events, and that is when I heard Karen's story. And immediately I thought, wow, I would love to get her story out so that people can share it because it inspired me. And I know that your story, Karen, can help other people who are in the same season of life that you are in. And it was actually right after that event that I started really thinking about doing this type of, Avon Calling, this interview thing. And you were like very first on my list of who I wanted to talk to. So thank you for being on here. So
I feel honored.
Yeah. Yay. Well, so the first question that I wanted to ask, since we were just talking about RepFest, is what was it like for you as a first-time attendee of going to RepFest, and what would you do to encourage new representatives to go?
RepFest was just absolutely amazing. It's hard to put into words. I learned so much, but the way that Avon, the way that they brought RepFest together with all of the entertainment, the information, the training, the sheer excitement that just went on for days, it's just amazing. And the location in which they held it was, it was a resort. It was just beyond anything that I really had ever experienced. And to be there with thousands of others that I felt like I was part of the family, and gals from completely different area of the country, and everyone was just having so much fun and learning so much and sharing so much, getting to see the new products and what Avon was coming out with, and it just was absolutely amazing. Everything was very well coordinated, and we just had a blast. I think that reps should make it a high priority to go to RepFest each year and to grow and to just have fun. We work our businesses, but it's really a blast to be able to have fun and be just newly inspired over and over again.
Yeah, RepFest for me was one of my favorite activities because it's nice to get together with people from all over the country and hear different stories, because everyone does something a little bit differently. Everyone has their own inspirational stories that they can share, and you learn a lot and you feel so encouraged when you leave, just from being surrounded by other like-minded people, because those who are coming to RepFest are serious about their business. So, Miss Karen, you were sharing some of the things that you felt were important for new representatives. Could you dive a little bit more into that and share a few more things that you think are good tips for new representatives in their first year as well?
Well, I think getting familiar with the products is very, very important. Use the products. And for quite a while, I you can't afford to buy all of the products right away, but the samples. And I started using the Anu samples. We have quite an Anu line. And so I've just, been ordering the full-size products as time goes on more and more because the samples are amazing. And, just getting familiar with the products and it just, the company, how best to promote the products, and the opportunity. I think we need to share the opportunity from the very beginning. I have, from the labels on my brochures to just talking to people. This has just meant so much for me in my life in so many different ways that I want other people to be able to realize what this Avon opportunity is all about and how easy it is to incorporate into even very busy lives. And so I share all the time. And of course, being organized, I still have a lot of organizational things to incorporate into this business, but trying to be organized in the really important things and staying in touch with our customers and follow up, of course. Follow up is very, very important. But those are some of the major things, I believe.
Those are great tips. So just with what you had just said, so first I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite Avon product? I'm curious to know.
It is so hard, and sometimes it changes, but I am so thrilled with the new age-transforming line and age-defying line. At this age, we get real serious about our skincare. And so I would say just I use a lot of the different new products at different times, and I would that's the first thing that comes to my mind. And it's been so fun playing with makeup. Fragrance is really one of my joys in life. I have most all of the Avon fragrances. So it kind of changes from time to time, but the new I take real seriously. And, just my skincare regimen. That's
Yeah, I love
amazing.
that. I think our skincare is great. And like you had said, use the product, wear the product. I know for me, I sell the most when I am showing it, when I'm, wearing it. So I love that. You had touched a little bit about organization. What's one thing that you do to keep yourself organized? Because I know for me, it is so easy to have Avon just explode in my house and brochures everywhere. I'm so sad to say that I have missed an order that I had written down on the back of an envelope. So I know organization is a huge thing for reps. Can you just give like one key thing that you do for your organization?
Well, I think being organized with our customers and the follow-up and being on top of that, I always try to make my customers realize how appreciated they are. And oftentimes I send out a thank you card through snail mail, and I thank them online and in person. But having being organized as far as orders and if they want samples, and making sure the customers really feel like they're appreciated and providing good customer service. But of course, there are so many areas, our goals and what we want to achieve, and but just being organized, product organized. But I think as far as the customers and that follow-up, that's very, very important not to miss that.
How do you keep track of that? Do you keep it all like in one notebook? How do you keep track of your customers and the samples that you give out?
I've started a sample list because I was really missing that a lot. And once in a while, one of them would say, "Oh, I tried it," and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I totally forgot to ask them." I gave them, or I mailed something to them, and then I forgot to follow up. That hasn't happened very much, but a little bit more with the samples. So I write it down, and then I have a customer list that I write down. And I'm not quite as digitally inclined as maybe some of the younger gals, but I'm getting there. And I recently went through my address book on my phone and sending out the shuffle cards. I can't promote Shuffle enough. It is just a wonderful way to be able to send a business card, and there's so many different, a lot of different information that we can put in one card, including YouTube videos and pictures and a lot of information. So if anyone is considering Shuffle, I would highly recommend looking into that. But just making sure that we really don't you know, leave information elsewhere and find it later. I have a little notebook in my purse that I'm always writing down who I gave a brochure to, of my circle of friends, and you know, new people as well, and trying to follow up immediately so we don't forget. And so I do have that contact in my shuffle, you know, address book and on my phone.
Yeah, that organization is huge. Whether you're working full time like me, whether it's for your day job or for Avon, I find that that is a huge thing to have your goals in front of you so that you can see them. But also, because we're juggling a lot, you might have contacts for work, contacts in your personal life, contacts for your business. It can be a lot of information that you want to keep track of. And I am more inclined towards digital and apps, productivity apps. I'm huge with them too. But regardless of whether you're using paper and pencil or an app, the key concept behind it is what's most important. To just make notes, make a lot of notes, and keep them in a place, however you do it, in a place that you can refer back to it and find the information that you're looking for when you need it. Because like you said, the follow-up is so important. And if you're planting the seeds and you never come back to water them, then your plant is just not going to grow, or it's not going to grow into a healthy plant. So I love that you have your action steps of writing down your goals, keeping them in whatever system you're using to keep track, and then have that follow-up.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I just thought of as well, you know, is tax season. And if we start out the year by keeping good receipts and mileage, and keeping everything in a file that, you know, when it comes time to file our taxes, is not really a disaster. So, you know, that's another really important one that, you know, is just highly important to have that organized.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this is a business. And whether it's a business for Avon, I always compare our Avon business to other businesses. Whether it's Avon or architecture or a laundromat or a restaurant, you're keeping track of your records, you're keeping track of your contacts, you're keeping track of your customer base for follow-up. So once you get into the mindset of this is a business, I'm going to run it like a business, you start to see those business-oriented results.
For sure.
Yeah. Great. Well, Karen, I am so eager to know where do you see your business moving forward? What kind of goals do you have for moving forward?
Well, I want to continue to encourage the wonderful Avon opportunity. And with that, from the very beginning, I thought it would really be fun to grow a team. And so I've mostly been getting familiar with you know, Avon, trying to grow my customer base, but I'm really ready to grow a team now. And I've had a little one, but I want to get a bigger one. And so I want to focus more on leadership and learning about that. And then, of course, going out and sharing the opportunity, and really trying to inspire other gals and guys to take advantage of this wonderful opportunity. So that's really kind of where I see my future in the near future, as well as you know, long term.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that you have inspired me. So I know you will. Yeah, I know you are going to inspire your team members, your potential team members coming up. So that's amazing. I look forward to seeing your growth and how your business changes, and I'm celebrating with you. I'm so excited because I know since we live kind of close, you know, to each other, we're gonna have some events that at least we could see each other and celebrate together. So that is super fun. So we are almost out of time, but I wanted to allow just a little bit of space for you to add anything that you want to share, and just, anything that you want to make sure that people hear.
Well, I just want to encourage gals that this really fits into every lifestyle, whether you have small children. And, you know, I know how children can be very demanding in all of their activities, and being a young mom, and as well as full-time career. I have gals that are so anxious to leave that full-time career, and so they're really working their businesses on the side to grow customer base. But it fits into every lifestyle. There are people that are handicapped that can't get out a lot, and so they do a lot online. So wherever you are, I highly encourage you to consider Avon, and consider how you can just work it into your lifestyle and see what happens. It's amazing what you can accomplish once you try. And so that's my encouragement.
Yeah, just try. I think you might have to step outside your comfort zone or stretch your comfort zone, but it's worth it. And
that's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. And I think it's great. That's when you grow. That's when you change as a person and you get better. And like for me, part of this Avon business, the personal growth is really important to me, and I love it. And I think once you start doing it, at least for me, it can be kind of addicting because I keep pressing myself to see how far I can go, what can I achieve, and that's really, really exciting to me.
It is. It's very
You never know
exhilarating.
what you're capable of until you try, and then you knock down that barrier, and you're like, okay, well, if I could do that, then maybe I could do this. But you, like you said, you don't know unless you give it that try.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Well, Karen, thank you so very much for being here today. And make sure everyone go check out Georgiana's channel to watch the other part of this interview. And Karen, if people want to connect with you, where can they find you?
Well, you can go to Facebook, Glamour and Style by Karen. And if you want to shop my e-store, it's youravon.com/ksterner.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thank you again. And to everyone watching, make sure you subscribe to both of our channels, Georgiana's channel and my channel, to watch the next episodes of Avon Calling when they are released. Until next time, we'll see you guys then.
Bye, girl. Thanks.